Whoa! That might be a little bit of an overreaction on the part of the official.
Sometimes the refs decide to ruin an NBA game.
Lakers furious. They thought he was fouled. Excuse me. And it's now overtime.
They don't just blow the whistle. They blow the entire moment.
Absolutely 100% was a goaltend.
Missed baskets.
And the dunk. Oh, he missed it!
Refs tackling players.
Damon Jones able to race it down.
Nobody shows up to watch the Zebras, but here are 10 times when the refs made themselves the stars of the show and completely ruined the occasion. How about this game from the prime Warriors era? The Rockets were giving Golden State a fight back in 2019, but the Warriors were playing 5-on-6. The ref was clearly a Dubs fan. In a tie game with 30 seconds left in overtime, Kevin Durant may have stepped out of bounds a little to retrieve a loose ball. By a little, we mean Durant had both of his massive sneakers clearly out of bounds, and the refs didn't call a thing.
Does he save that ball? Out.
Absolutely he's out.
Wow. How in the world do you miss
how
that?
do you miss that?
Maybe the Zebra wasn't in a good position to make the call. Nope. He was right there. Durant saved the ball, allegedly, and it led to a Steph Curry go-ahead jumper.
Saved inside, outside Curry. 2.
Folks on ESPN were calling this the worst missed call in NBA history, and it's clear to see why.
Let's just call it out of bounds when he
I mean, like,
saved
come
the ball.
on.
About 4 or 5 steps.
Right?
That needs to get put on blast. That dude's name needs to be out. He needs to, the pool reporter should have been there like, bro, what were you looking at? What were you thinking?
I think
This is unbelievable. I'm looking at this.
It really is unbelievable.
My 105-year-old great-grandmother could have made that call. Were it not for this insanely clutch three-pointer by James Harden, the Warriors would have won on this BS. James Harden is such a badass that he one-upped the ref and stole back the game. Maybe there's a pattern here, because this next play also goes against James Harden, but he wasn't able to recover from this one. James Harden is pretty fat, okay? He much prefers motorboat and strippers to running on the treadmill. The NBA is a league full of ripped super athletes. And then there's James Harden, with no definition in his arms whatsoever. He's not a high flyer, but come on, the dude can at least dunk a basketball. With a double-digit lead on San Antonio and a clear path to the hoop, Harden primed up and slammed one home.
Harden the steal and the dunk.
But wait, the ball went through the net and then popped back out. This was clearly a made basket, but the refs didn't allow it. They waved the bucket off. They didn't go to the monitor.
It's completely wrong. It's 2 points. And since they can't review it, James Harden's going to miss out on 2.
They didn't do anything except tell James Harden to pipe down and get back on defense. We hinted that this was a game-changing call, and it was. Even though the Rockets were up by 15 points at the time, they lost this game by 2 points. Yes, those 2 points. You may think that refs ruining NBA moments is a new phenomenon. Nope. Let's take you back to the 1982 NBA Finals for some old school, shitty reffing. This is Game 6 between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Sixers are down 3-2 and facing elimination. On the road, they desperately need a big play to pump some energy into the team. Daryl Dawkins, aka Chocolate Thunder, says, "Hold my beer. You see this Bob McAdoo guy? I'm gonna flush one on his face."
The loop doesn't work, and now on a 4-on-3, Dawkins is called for the offensive foul as he drives.
The vertical, the extension, the powerful finish, all of the makings of a perfect poster are here, except one: cooperation from the ref. The ref, obviously a Lakers fan, wanted to nip any Sixers momentum in the bud before things got out of hand. This legendary poster was ruled an offensive foul. Daryl Dawkins would later foul out of this game. and the Lakers won by 10, clinching the franchise's 900th championship. Most refs are pretty short. We think they get jealous of the insane hops NBA players possess.
James on the drive!
Or maybe they're mad because their YouTube channels don't get enough clicks. How about hitting that subscribe button for us, just to rub it in the zebra's smug faces? One thing is for sure, the ref really didn't appreciate Richard Jefferson going ham on this breakaway and postering Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
That's great defense that time.
Kidd Gilchrist, the only defender back. Resurgent! Oh, they called an offensive foul!
No way!
What part of this is an offensive foul? MKG wasn't set. He jumped and tried to block the shot. Come on, ref. You ruined this moment out of spite. There is no excuse. The Mavericks were at home, too. So the ref heard an earful from the crowd, who knew that sweet dunk they just witnessed will never actually count.
2015.
Oh, my
MKG.
goodness. Look at it. Told me down. He ripped my jersey. Watch this. Oh. That was an offensive foul, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
That was not. He jumped, too.
Look at you. You fired up, though.
Oh, yeah, because I saw the referee. I saw the referee.
What was you saying, though? What was you saying?
Give me my money.
What's even rarer than a vicious poster in transition? How about blocking the longest player in the league? This next player got robbed of a lifetime achievement by a salty-ass ref who can't even touch the net. Giannis Antetokounmpo is 6'11" with a wingspan damn near 50 feet. Nobody ever blocks this dude, like ever. We always thought that the moment anybody climbed the ladder and swatted Giannis's shit at the rim would be magical. We didn't bank on the refs feeling the need to ruin the moment with their whistles, though. Look at that. That is clean.
6-3 with Bledsoe in the mix. Nice pocket pass. And Giannis is challenged at the summit, and a foul called.
Yusuf Nurkic was livid afterward. He'll probably never get a chance to block Giannis again. And this one was all ball.
That is a great block.
Yes, that wasn't even close to a foul.
Take a minute to cool off, Yusuf. We feel for you. If there's an award for Moment Ruiner of the Year, we've got a front runner right here. We're actually starting a GoFundMe for Yusuf to help with the pain. We made it look like a YouTube subscribe button, but we promise that Nurkic feels a little bit better every time someone clicks it. At least Nurkic was part of the play. This next foul was so egregious that it was called on a player who wasn't even close to the ball. or anything for that matter. Joey Crawford is certainly the baldest official in the NBA, and he might be the worst at his job, too. It's the 2010 Western Conference playoffs between the Blazers and the Suns. It's a hard-fought game in the third quarter, but Crawford is getting itchy because he hasn't blown his whistle in a while. Joey Crawford is the kind of ref who needs to stand out. He wants folks to remember he was reffing as they're driving home from the game later that night. One man who definitely won't forget Joey Crawford is Marcus Camby. Camby was standing at the elbow, minding his own business, when bam, he gets a foul called on him. Surely there must be an explanation for this. According to Crawford, Marcus Camby fouled Steve Nash. Nash received 2 free throws. Are my eyes that bad?
That is a 4th foul in the playoffs. Are you kidding me?
And Nash shouldn't be on the line.
You put a 90% free throw shooter on the line when he didn't have any business being near the free throw line. Holy cow.
Joey, you missed one there.
Marcus Camby was nowhere near Steve Nash. Nash is a member of the 50-40-90 club, so you know he drained the foul shots. Phoenix would go on to win the series in 6 games, thanks to their biggest fan and avid game ruiner, Joey Crawford. Think this was the worst moment of Joey Crawford's career? Nope. Let's go back 5 years to the 2005 Eastern Conference Finals, where Joey Crawford calls a foul on Chauncey Billups to cover up his own mistake. After college, Joey Crawford had a tough career decision to make. He could have played middle linebacker in the NFL, Or he could have refereed NBA basketball. Crawford decided to become a ref, but still lived out his linebacker dreams by occasionally trucking players. Here he is knocking over Heat guard Damon Jones in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. With 20 seconds left.
Damon Jones able to race it down. And contact made, Joe Crawford.
Instead of admitting his mistake, Crawford tried to cover it up by calling a foul on the nearest defender, Chauncey Billups. What a joke! Crawford obviously had some money on the Heat and was trying to gift Miami the win. Even with the phantom foul, Detroit won the series. Nice hit though, Joey. You obviously stay in great shape to make tackles like that. His bald-ass head makes him so aerodynamic. Ooh, look at that speed. What could be worse than this? How about a player continually getting teed up for doing nothing? Boston's Jason Tatum is one of the brightest young stars in the game, but the refs don't like him for some reason.
It's for that gesture afterwards, throwing his arms. They call that showing up the official, which I probably would have played 3 or 4 years in the league.
Thousands of fans show up to the TD Garden every night, and millions more watch from home for one reason: to see Jason Tatum play basketball. Of course, the refs are not interested in sitting back and making these fans happy. They want to be the center of attention and remind everyone that they control the action. What a bunch of losers. Back in 2020, Jason Tatum pushed off a little bit and sunk a nice jumper. The basket was waved off, though, and called an offensive foul. Oh well.
Lowry and Van Vliet a combined 3 for 18 from 3. Stop, pop, hit by Tatum, but an offensive foul. Wave it off, no basket.
Tatum had to admit he did push Kyle Lowry a little. His Celtics were still up 4. No big deal. Tatum swung his arm to show a little frustration, then headed back on deep. Whoa, what? They teed Jason Tatum up? For that? Paul Pierce actually punched the referee with a fist pump celebration, and this didn't draw a whistle.
Nope, they wave it off and say there's no continuation.
But Tatum fist pumps the air and gets fined? Come on, Zebras, what's your deal? A couple of years later, Jason Tatum was playing defense when he accidentally bumped into Alexei Pokusevski. He clapped his hands a little bit and moved on. You know who wasn't able to move on? The ref. Tatum was teed up. For nothing. Again. Ridiculous. Let the boys play.
Tatum commits the foul, gives a very quick reaction, but he's hit with a technical foul on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly a bad technical. They rescinded it. But the clap thing is like, you're not supposed to clap at the ref, right?
Yeah.
But you can't. He's clapping out of frustration.
That was
That's
so
all.
relatable.
He's
Everyone
clapping out
does
of
that.
frustration. I do that every day.
Actually, don't always let the boys play. The second biggest ruined moment on our list is a time when the Zebras should have blown the whistle. Instead, they swallowed it and blew the game. 15 seconds remaining. Dame Lillard with the ball. His Blazers down 2. Dame gets to the rack, lays it off the glass, and watches it get swatted by Rudy Gobert? Wait a minute. That ball already hit the backboard. That's goaltending.
Lillard splits the D, drives, and looks like it should have been a goaltend. It should have been a goaltend.
Come on. Call something, ref.
Just a shame that it was decided on an inexcusable miscall. There's no other way to describe it. They could have called goaltending and reviewed it, but they swallowed their whistles on a play that was pretty obvious.
Obviously, after watching the replay, you can see that's a goaltending. But I'm just trying to make a play.
This is nothing compared to number 1 on our list, though. Imagine the filthiest, nastiest poster dunk you've ever seen with your 2 eyeballs. Now forget about it, because it didn't count. The refs just had to intervene. This is not going to be good for international relations. Budding Turkish basketball star Alperen Sengun went coast to coast and threw down the filthiest poster in Turkish history over Zach Collins. What were you thinking, Zach? You don't have hops?
Dreams.
Sengun goes coast to coast. Oh, the yam! Oh, my goodness!
This was the poster of Sengun's life.
Yam. That yam ain't officially gonna reach the plate officially.
Everyone in the state of Texas was lit after this one, and in the country of Turkey. The Rockets suck, but the fans jumped to their feet and roared after this slam.
Goodness! No, he didn't.
Sengun just put Houston back on the map. Sengun just saved the entire franchise. Oh wait, never mind, another jealous ref. This one doesn't count. You better watch out, America. The Turkish don't take too kindly to having their dunks erased from history. We better make them a big pan of baklava to apologize. Those were the 10 worst NBA moments ruined by the refs. Does this video piss you off? Need to watch some highlights without interference from the Zebras? We get it. Here are a few to get your positive basketball juices flowing again.
Don't touch me.